And so if I had followed my gut, we would have gone up the wrong tree and wasted a lot of money on marketing to the wrong groups of people. So I think it's really, really important to be able to have that ability to go in there and look at the patterns and the trends. But I have to say this though, that I know with a lot of our listeners is that they go, oh, analytics and metrics, that's all about numbers, and I'm not very good at numbers and they scare me, so I'm just going to ignore them. What would you say, what would be, a couple of things that people who have that sense that they're just not good at numbers, what could they do to help get themselves more comfortable with numbers and being able to look at the analytics and the patterns and trends of how people are behaving in their sale, as they go through the sales journey?
You know what, there is something, and this is the way you have to think about it. If you're in business, you're going to have to know numbers. You're going to have to know your accountant, and they know numbers, and they're going to be your most trusted confidant, if they're good enough. But, they're going to be that person that's going to help you grow your business, and finding that right person to actually talk numbers in a way that actually makes you feel excited about what it's going to give you, I think is the key thing to get people to look at their analytics. Because if you're looking at your QuickBooks at your zero and you're checking how your profit margin is going for a month, you can do that same thing within an analytics report. You just need what I find is, especially when you are shown the numbers that work in your business, is build a report, save it, and then just go back to that. Because I think that's what people think, is they have to go in and remember, what were the numbers that I had to look at today? It's like Google gives you a really easy way to look at, I want to look at all my paid traffic, and I want to look at all my goals in that paid traffic. So you'll create something called segments that show in the back, show at the top of your overview in your reports. And then it's got, when you've built it, there's a little icon up on the top right hand side of that screen, and it goes save report. So you just save it and say paid traffic goals, and you'll go, and then you just save that. And then whenever you want to come in every Monday or Friday or whenever to check it, you can go into analytics and you just go saved reports. What do I want to look at? My engaged users, my source medium report, my paid traffic report. So you could actually build 3 or 4 key reports about your analytics based on the goals or the segments that you build for your account, and then save it. And that's it. And then you just come back, and this great Texan business coach that I refer to, because I just think his insights are just brilliant. They're simple and repeatable and applicable to every business. Is that he showed us this little video of this water going over rocks, right? And you don't notice the change when you're looking at the water all the time. But then he broke it up into segments, and we hadn't realized, but the water had actually come up by around about an inch, and we didn't even notice it, and he said, that's the flicker, so when you're checking your reports, your eyes get familiar with it, and then all of a sudden you go, wait, there's something different there, and you pick it. So what he was trying to teach us is that you look at it regularly. So when you're looking at it regularly, rather than just seeing it once and not noticing this video of, river going over a rock, then what you're going to do is your eye is going to be really sensitive to the changes. You're going to notice that. And it's, that sunk in for me, because one of my jobs while I was studying was I had to work in a warehouse, and I had to scan in these kids' bibs to Kmart, and I had to they had a 4% error rate. So if we ever went over that, the $250,000 shipment would be rejected and sent back to the warehouse. So I became really, there's something wrong with that. I don't know what it is, but that's just stood out. And then I'd flick it to the side. And so when he shared that story with me, I was like, I get that. I totally get that. When you're looking at the same thing over and over again, you spot a difference so fast that it makes you pause, and then you look in and you can do a little bit more digging around it. So that's how you fall in love with it. You just you go through the first hard part of setting up your analytics properly, and then you read the report. You can actually get them sent to your inbox every Monday or whatever day of the week you want it, and it just comes to your inbox. And if you want to go in and dig into it, you then pop over to analytics.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it. The hardest part is setting it up. in my eyes. It's the hardest part. And then after that, you just use it like you use your bullet journal or your get things done framework, whatever framework you're running in your business. It becomes the salt. It's the salt of your framework. It's the salt of your systems and processes, you know. And as you grow your business, you'll be able to tell if that SEO person is actually moving the needle in your business, if that Facebook person is as great as they say they are, you know. So it validates your investments so that you don't spend months wasting money. It might only be weeks. And that, you know, what do they say? It's easier to make money, it's harder to keep it. That's that whole theory, right? You can just be really successful and going, oh, money's coming in, we can do this, we can do that. But if you validate your spend and your efforts, because if you're starting out, you're writing your content and doing everything yourself. But you know, you only have a certain amount of time every day. So you want to know, is that blog post going to LinkedIn? Is LinkedIn where my people are? Is Facebook where my people are? Is Instagram where my people are? And then go become a master of that platform, or hire someone who's a master of that platform and spend your time there, because your people are there. And you need to bring people to your website. You might, I always see social media as where your personality is, and your website is where you do the education and the converting, right? So people fall in love with you on your social platform, but then they engage you on your website.
Yeah, no, that's really, really true. And I'm just thinking that, you know, one of the things that made it easier for me, because I'm not a natural numbers person. Like when I say that, I'm much better with words than I am with numbers, but the whole point of looking at the analytics and the trends and the patterns is to be able to turn that into a story.